we start there with the Broncos and the running back room. Not only do they get a vet, but even though you use a second-round pick on R.J. Harvey, now we have a running back competition going into camp.
No, this is a great thing, not just for the Denver Broncos, but it's also a great thing for a rookie running back in R.J. Harvey. Did any of us feel great about R.J. Harvey being the first, second, and third down protecting back and being the bell cow as a first-year player? Probably not.
I felt great about him toting the rock.
Yes, same.
For the vast majority.
First and second down.
Right.
First and second down. Did you love him on first, second down, and then third down pass protecting on third and long and short yardage goal line? Because that was kind of what it was looking like. The thing that I really learned yesterday, without J.K. Dobbins physically at practice, I had a chance to get out there. And yes, I do bring my roster here. Do you hear that? That's my Broncos roster that's handed out to all the media members. And you bring it in as a badge of honor, saying, I was there. I was there, Raj.
It's your receipt?
It's my receipts, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Living on Receipt Street. Yesterday, I learned that Jaleel McLaughlin's not going anywhere. Anybody who's speculating that, say, J.K. Dobbins is going to potentially threaten Jaleel McLaughlin's position on this roster, I think is asinine. I think it's wild.
The morning show was talking about how this threatens McLaughlin more than it threatens Estime.
No
and I thought they were
freaking way
off base. Estime was a 5th-round draft pick, and he was a healthy scratch, to grab a term from hockey. He was not on the roster as a healthy player.
I think it's a term in football too, right?
Healthy scratch?
I think so.
Okay, sure. Fine.
And it's more of an NFL thing because of active rosters and
it's a bipartisan sports term.
Yeah, I think it.
All right, cool.
That's
That's fine.
It hits
allow
my
it to
brain
cross.
as a football guy.
We can handshake across the aisle there. Yeah, it feels like Estime's job is now very much in the balance.
It's in the balance. Audric Estime is going to have a really good training camp. It's okay. That's a good thing. Guy, he wasn't a first or second round draft pick. You didn't invest a ton of capital and mortgage your future to get a player like Audric Estime. I mean, has any Bronco fan out there, I'd love to hear from you in the Shop Mazda text line, 303-504-0925. Has any Bronco fan out there fallen in love with Audric Estime, Denver Bronco running back?
I mean, I like how he tried to hurdle someone in his first game. That was pretty dope.
It's cool.
But then he fumbled.
The reality is that the current running back room, it's full of ham and eggers.
Right. It's full of guys that kind of do what he does.
Yeah, ham and eggers.
It might do what he does.
Tyler Bidet.
Better.
Ham and egger. Is a ham and egg sandwich a bad thing? No, it tastes pretty good.
I had one this morning. It was
pretty
delicious.
good, right? But is it like quiche Lorraine?
The hell is quiche Lorraine?
I think it's probably actually something that people wouldn't like, but it's less fancy. I think it's got spinach in it. It's quiche spinach. Am I right?
Quiche Lorraine consists of a flaky pastry crust that's filled with delicious savory egg custard, bacon, and cheese, and it can have spinach in it.
Okay. A little bit more bougie, a little bit more Francois in the bourgeois class.
I'm not a big quiche guy, gotta be honest.
Quiche, dude.
Not a big quiche dude.
KJ, you a quiche guy?
No, not at all.
I'm not a quiche guy, and I'm not a pot pie guy.
Hey.
I don't like my meals encased in pie.
I
like my pie encased in
like
pie.
protein pies. Big fan of protein pies, which is what both of those things really are. I don't even know if quiche has ever formally made it to Mississippi, has it?
No, not at all, man. But a pot pie has.
Yeah, a pot pie's there. A pot pie, you better believe it has. I think this. J.K. Dobbins he's a massive upgrade from what you had in terms of established veteran running backs in the room. Massive upgrade. Injury history, yes. Has he really played an entire full season as a pro in his last several years? Not really. But when he's right and when he's in the lineup, he is a very good running back he does something that I believe Broncos fans have been desperately looking for since the days of Terrell Davis and then going forward and some of the other running backs that you had in Anderson, C.J. Anderson, and Moreno. He breaks tackles. When's the last time you've had a Bronco running back?
Javonte Williams rookie year. Javonte's rookie year out of North Carolina, he was a yards after contact back.
And then after
he
the
turned
ACL,
he turned 2 yard losses into 7-yard gains every single time he touched the ball, and then he got his knee hurt, and then he was never the same.
and that's what you have now in J.K. Dobbins. And you have a vet,
A little bit of a home run hitter too.
100%.
Like, he's the guy on the roster that has the greatest chance to have a 1,000-yard season if he stays healthy.
Yep.
He had 900 yards last year in 13 games.
And so I made a point earlier about why this is not just a great thing for the Denver Broncos as a franchise to add J.K. Dobbins, but it's also a really good thing for rookie running back R.J. Harvey. And here's why. R.J. Harvey is also a player that has experienced a little bit of injury history in his past. It is in his distant past. We're talking 3 years, 4 years, early on in his college career where he had an ACL. He's still a rookie. You don't want to throw a rookie all the way in there, all the way where you are just inundating them at the very beginning. And you know what I'd look to as the perfect example of R.J. Harvey having success? I would look to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and what they did with last year with Bucky Irving. That is a group, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that went into the season. Bucky Irving, hey, not a first round draft pick. This wasn't Ashton Genty going in the top 10 of the draft for Bucky Irving, but he went in and he had veteran players that were around him that were going to be counted on, and it was Rachaad White. Rachaad White's a good running back. And I think that Rachaad White's maybe a step below J.K. Dobbins in terms of prestige as a running back, but a really good running back. And so you're able to have a rookie come in, learn the ropes, and then once he gets comfortable, that might be when J.K. Dobbins is going to get to those diminishing returns like he did with the LA Chargers last year, where they rode him so hard in the first 7 weeks of the season that he ended up falling apart and breaking.
Sean Payton doesn't ride running backs hard.
Which is also a good thing. Why J.K. Dobbins probably wanted
Harbaugh does.
Yeah, J.K. Dobbins probably is like, I want to play for this guy.
There's a reason why Harbaugh fell in love with Najee, right?
Yep.
There's a reason why he wants that guy, because just like Mike Tomlin, they love a bell cow running back.
They sure do.
It could be the best of both worlds for both the organization and the running back to have signed this deal. And yeah, it's more of like a $2.5 million deal, right? I saw the text coming in with incentives north of $5 million. It's a good deal for the team. It's a good deal for the running back room. If he stays healthy, this is a type of move that you look back and you can go, that's what got you over the top. But he's got to stay healthy. You have to get 15 games out of that guy.
The parallel here, and I stumbled upon this a bit, but the parallel here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and drafting Bucky Irving, later pick-ish, not the first, not a top 5 running back taken in the draft, bringing him in essentially behind Rachaad White, and then thinking about R.J. Harvey behind another first-name acronym guy, J.K. Dobbins. They're the acronym backfield now, R.J. and J.K., and then K.J. Granderson on our show here.
Oof.
All kinds of awesome 2-letter acronyms. Rachaad White in 2023, okay, the year before Bucky Irving got to Tampa.
Didn't he have a 1,000-yard season?
990 yards.
I knew he was close.
990 yards. J.K. Dobbins with the LA Chargers, 905 yards.
That was last year. And then his next best season was rookie year in Baltimore.
805.
Yep. Solid. I'll take that.
Yep.
If I get 15 games, 800 yards, and 9 touchdowns out of J.K. Dobbins this year, I'm thrilled.
I don't want to undersell to our fine listeners out there how much better the running back room is right now than it was last season. It is so much better with R.J. Harvey and J.K. Dobbins. You went out and you got your acronym running backfield, and it's a good backfield now. And it was a deficient part of this roster. I didn't feel completely at ease with just R.J. Harvey.
No, because there's a lot of unknown.
A lot of unknown.
When J.K. is on the field, you know what you're getting out of him.
And then
It's an
also
elusive back with home run capabilities, can block on third down. But the unknown from J.K. Dobbins is what's going to happen with his injury history. There's a lot of unknown. Will R.J. Harvey translate to the NFL? You don't know that right now. At some point, every draft pick is a crapshoot. Right? Wrong?
Nope.
It's a good move. And I do believe that Estime's job is, he's a pretty solid cut candidate, right? If JK's healthy and he's exactly who you wanted, you cut him and it doesn't cost you anything. It costs you $250,000 in dead cap this year, and then your dead cap in 26 is $170,000, which is literal pennies in the NFL. It does not hurt to cut a guy that you drafted in the 5th round. And it's not because I don't think he can be a decent back. I don't think he can be a lead back, but I think he can be part of a 3-man running back room somewhere. I was hoping it was going to be here in Denver, but unfortunately there's just too many like-bodied and like-minded runners now in this room. So if you're asking me who I'm cutting between Estime and McLaughlin, it's Estime.
100%.
You need it. You need a different size back. You need a change of pace back, and that's who Jaleel McLaughlin is. Has to happen.
The other thing,
Home run signing.
Jaleel McLaughlin is Sean Payton's guy because he is a highly dependable member of this Broncos franchise. And Broncos fans should be rooting for Jaleel McLaughlin. I'm going to make that clear. Guy's a stud. He does everything the right way. He was awesome yesterday. He was my MVP of yesterday's practice. Got him on a wheel route. Both laid one out there, and he dusted everybody except for one player who caught him from behind. Best player in the National Football League defensively. Pat Surtain II.